You'll take it and you'll like it. Kicks 105.5. Good morning to you.
Did my father write that? Hold on.
Chris Young, good morning to you. It is 7:48.
Eat the green beans, son.
And as we always have, good policies with Mike Bear from Bear Insurance Agency. Good morning, Mike.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. Other than the fact that every time you come, I know that I said, next time you come, I want to talk about X. And X I can't ever recall. Y, Z sometimes. But do you remember we were talking about students going overseas and covering certain things?
I don't think we left anything open last week.
We covered it all?
I think we did.
All right, have a nice day. Thanks for
God,
coming
I
in.
really hope we did. Now you got me wondering.
So you and I were just discussing about the fact that if an emergency comes up and you need to have insurance quickly, whether your old insurance agency has gone under or whether or not you are not satisfied with them, most companies require that you have insurance before you drop your other insurance.
Yeah.
So you can't drop the insurance that you had with the previous insurance company.
It's the catch-22 of insurance is that a lot of companies don't want to write your insurance unless you have insurance,
Right.
which means where do you start? You know what I mean? Exceptions to the rule would be if you're buying a home and you're a first-time home buyer. You know, the companies are not going to penalize you if you were a renter and didn't carry renter's insurance. Although there are some credits you may not be eligible for, like a loss-free credit, if you haven't maintained coverage before. But if you're a first-time home buyer, really no issue there. If you have had coverage and have not had a lapse longer than 30 days, most companies will allow us to write you then as well.
Now, see, I dropped my old insurance company. It was too expensive. They didn't do what I wanted it to do. And went on to a cheaper insurance and probably got less coverage. And I know that's kind of against what you talk about.
Right.
But I think sometimes finances have more of a factor than what we would like in the decisions that we make.
And that's why the cliched thing that we always say, and I hate saying this, you know, and I think our commercial still says
You get what you pay for? Or?
Well, no, we'll find you the best coverage at the best price. But I mean, that really is the name of the game, is trying to find optimal coverage at a price that you find reasonable or can afford. And there are going to be times in your life, due to unforeseen circumstances or any number of things, that you may say, you know, we're just going to have to take a chance on this and maybe go a little bit lower with liability or go a little bit higher with deductibles or sacrifice some level of coverage so that you can maintain insurance. Which,
Now you
of course,
get that-
having it versus not having it, I'd rather have it.
Right. You get that high deductible because you thought, oh, let's just not get into an accident or have anything bad happen at the house, knock on wood. You're screwed, glued, and tattooed because...
Let's not put medical payments on there and hope that our health insurance deductible is not too high.
$900,000 later, you're on the hook for...
It's a scary proposition. It's a leveraging thing. You're leveraging, you're breaking up in payments what could be the possibility of a large loss that you could in no way, shape, or form sustain or afford or
without insurance.
Or without insurance. So you're basically it's almost like you're putting into a savings account of some sorts. I mean, I know that's not a great example, but you're leveraging your exposure by having payments broken up. You know,
right.
And you think about it. So let's say you're paying $100 a month for insurance. So that's what, $1,200 a year. You've had it for 3 years. So now you've paid $3,600 and you hit a deer. How much do you think is going to come out of that? You're probably going to get, if you have a newer car, you could get anywhere between $5,000 to $10,000 to $15,000 to $20,000. So,
really?
Well, think about it. You're paying your insurance payments, and the company is on the hook to give you a vehicle of actual cash value of what your vehicle is. So if you have a 5-year-old vehicle with 15,000 miles, look at the value of that. They're going to give you a vehicle, or payment based upon that value.
And then there's broke people who just drive around with the tail light and the bumper missing and just go, I hope I don't get pulled over. This is going to get me until next inspection season.
Sometimes you have to do what you have to do, but it's always worth having a dialogue. I'll give you an example. I've been to a few properties recently that I know for any number of reasons I am not going to be able to write them. Maybe due to an improper wood stove installation or some other setup. What I am going to do is I'm going to finish everything through the process. I'm going to work through the quoting process. These folks, in many cases, have given me copies of their existing policies, giving us an opportunity to see what they have and see if there's any gaps. I may not be able to write them, but maybe I could help them with what they have currently.
Do you comb through some of these contracts and think, this isn't something I'm going to do. I'm going to pass this on to somebody. Or like, what was that guy thinking when he come in,
Well, you talking about just referring them to the other agents?
there's actually wires hanging from the ceiling that are sparking. How is this legal?
I kid you not. I have been to a property during wood season where it was one of those old cook stoves that had the wood chamber on the side, and I had already mentioned my concern of not proper spacing from combustibles, and I look over and an ember comes out and lands on the spot that I was worried about and started smoldering. And the gentleman, we're sitting at the kitchen table, and the gentleman says, "That doesn't normally happen." Well, it happened today.
It happened today.
And it can happen
right
tonight
there.
while you're sleeping.
And
So
I saw it.
take care of that. So it's really about safety, and that's the point of what we're doing. Is on top of hopefully finding coverage for you, we're identifying hazards that could save you a lot of headache in the future.
All right, if you'd like to find out more about what Mike Barrett at Barrett Insurance Agency can do for you, because really it's about a one-on-one game, and as we were talking, it's about what you can afford and what you can't afford to lose. So 748-5224.
Visit our website at thebarrettagency.com. We are on Facebook, YouTube, and Google+, Barrett Insurance Agency.
Thank you so much, buddy. Look forward to seeing you next week.
All right.